The Atlanta Community Food Bank works to fight hunger in our city by engaging, educating, and empowering our community. And recently I chatted with President and CEO Kyle Waide about how it all works, the impact of the government shutdown, and much more. Watch this. Talk about how food comes in, gets distributed, how people get their food at the food bank.
I think, we've always thought of it as the food bank is a centralized place to make it easy for the community to know where to send support. And then we have a decentralized distribution network that can get that food where it is most needed all the way across our community. So we get food from big donors, companies, grocery store chains, manufacturers, distributors, farmers. We get food from the government through USDA federal commodity programs. And then we buy a lot of food. And then we get that out through a network of about 700 community-based nonprofit organizations. These are many of them really small grassroots organizations, often faith-based. About 2/3 of them are faith-based. And then those organizations get the food to the people who need it in their local community.
Government shutdown happened. Obviously, it's open again, but there is going to be a lapse in that coverage. Have you seen an increased demand from people who perhaps missed their paychecks?
Yeah, well, lines were already super long at food pantries before the shutdown. We're serving 70% more people today than we did 3.5 years ago. And that's because of inflation. Inflation has increased the cost for gas and groceries, for housing and healthcare. And all of that means that more people need more help. And then on top of that, the shutdown really impacted federal workers. It impacted folks who depend on SNAP benefits. That increased demand overnight in a really big way. We saw a real spike in demand all across the community. Many of our partners were reporting more than a 25% increase in the number of people who were coming to get food. That has started to even out again. We're getting back to kind of pre-shutdown levels, which are already very high and elevated. But it certainly meant that there was a big demand on our inventory as we responded to that impact of the shutdown.
How did your team handle that demand and increase?
We very publicly announced that we were pulling about $5 million out of reserves to go buy more food, to really supplement the amount of food that we distribute on a daily basis. We move regularly about 500,000 pounds of food a day. And we were wanting to add another 200,000-300,000 pounds of food a day during this period that was really exacerbated by the shutdown. So that was one big response is let's go get more food and get it out. That of course meant we also had to have more people driving forklifts and trucks. And we also had to really work hard to communicate with our partners to help know what they needed to respond to this increased need and provide them with more support. And we had to communicate frequently and openly with the community, with our donors, to help them understand how we're responding, what kind of needs we had, and how we can collectively ensure that everybody continues to have enough food.
Let's talk about our community and our viewers and how Atlantans rallied to assist y'all and what they can do now, though, to make sure that people not only have food during the holidays, but the rest of the year.
Well, we're really blessed at the food bank to have tremendous community support. We always have, especially in times of crisis. When we went through the Great Recession, when we went through the pandemic, the community supported us in a huge way. We saw that again during the shutdown. And so we're confident the community is going to continue to stand with the food bank and help us do what we need to do to get food to people. And we're asking the community right now to do that because we're already facing really high levels of demand. The shutdown added to that. We pulled money out of reserves to respond to the shutdown. People responded generously, but we're a little concerned that folks might have given us their annual support that they normally give us in December to respond to the shutdown, and then we'll come up short of what we need for just sort of regular operations.
Sure.
So we're really wanting to make sure the community continues to understand how urgent the need continues to be and how much we need their support going forward.
Thank you, Kyle. Such an important conversation. You can visit acfb.org for more information. And thank you to the Atlanta Community Food Bank for sponsoring that segment.